Good day, my dear students. So now we finished two chapters revision. Now we are moving to our third chapter, that is Taro's Reward. This is a story about a thoughtful and loving son. He works hard to fulfill his parents' wishes and get some unexpected help. He was a young woodcutter. His name is Taro. They lived near the hillside with his mother and father. Though he worked very hard, he earned only little. One evening, when Taro and his parents were sitting in a corner of their hut, a strong wind began to blow. It whistled the cracks of the hut, and everyone felt very cold. Suddenly, Taro's father said, I wish I had a cup of sake. What do you mean by sake? Sake is a popular Japanese drink. Okay? It's very expensive also. So, hearing to this, Taro was so sad because this thing is so expensive. But he wanted to get his father a cup of sake because he really wished to have it. Now, next morning onwards, Taro started working more harder. That is, he woke up early and went to the forest. He chopped and cut as the sun climbed. And soon he was so warm and that he had to take off his jacket. His mouth was dry and his face was wet with sweat. My poor old father, he thought that if only he was as warm as I. And suddenly he heard a noise rushing of water. Taro could not remember ever seeing or hearing a rushing stream in that part of forest. He was thirsty. The axe dropped out of his hands and he ran to the direction of the sound. Taro saw a little waterfall hidden behind a rock. He went, showed his hand like a small pot, and he got water in his hand. Now, when he tasted it, it was sake. He was so surprised. Now, he bought some sake for his father. The old man was very delighted with the sake. He tasted little and then he started to dance in happiness. That afternoon, a neighbor stopped by for a visit. Taro's father politely offered the person some sake, and then this particular person spreaded the news all over the village. Now, the villagers came to visit the woodcutter's house. Each man heard the story of the waterfall and took a sip of a sake. In less than an hour, the pitcher was empty. Next morning, Taro started for work even earlier. But he was so surprised to see the whole villagers there. They were so greedy, that's why they came early to get sake. But they got pure cold water. And what did they say? They told that Taro was playing trick on them. And they were asking, where is this Taro? Where is this guy? Let us drown him in this waterfall. But Taro hid himself behind the rock. Muttering their anger and disappointment, the villagers left the place one by one. Taro came out from his hiding place. Was it true? He wondered. Was the sake a dream? Once more he caught a little liquid in his hand and put it into his lips. It was the same fine sake. To the thoughtful, Son, the magic waterfall gave the delicious shake. To others, it gave pure water. The story of Taro and his magic waterfall reached the Emperor of Japan. He sent for the young woodcutter and rewarded him with 20 pieces of gold for having been so good and kind. Then he named the most beautiful mountain in the city after Taro. This said the emperor was to encourage all children to honor and obey their parents. Yes, so this is a Japanese story actually. This is retold in English. Now, in this chapter, what is the moral? Yes, you should obey your parents, then you should honor them. You should not be greedy. You should be truthful and kind. These are the lessons you learn from this particular chapter. After that, you are having working with the text. Page number 34. There you are having question answers. Yes, you are having options also. For the activity B, you are having options. Others, you have to look into your notebook and learn. Before that, make sure that you read your textbook at least thrice. Okay, I'm reminding you again and again because I don't want you to by heart your activities. Is that clear to you? After that, you should be able to describe the personality of Taro. That is in your textbook, page number 35. You are having strike off the words in the box below that are not suitable. So, from the box, you can understand what kind of a person Taro was. So, you should be able to describe Taro. Then, page number 36, you are having speaking and writing. Through that activities, you just have to move your eyes. Okay, that is, read those activities and understand so that you will be able to answer if any questions come from that. So the basic thing is you should read your textbook. That is a basic thing. Only if you read your textbook you will be able to answer the questions. Okay, all the best.